got absolutely a wonderful playlist, but are we prepared?
Yeah, but that's kind of mi vecindad half of the time.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
uh,
If
Yeah.
I
la,
don't
la,
run into technical issues, it's
la
it's
cosa
always
que
something else.
somos veteranos, so we can roll with the punches.
Yeah.
That's
I was
for sure.
gonna say that the set list is so nice. We're playing some of those songs twice
There we go. There we go.
because we played them like a month ago.
Did we?
We're live on the radio, so the links are on Facebook somewhere in one of the profiles, Mi Vecindad y Atención, or my page, Dr. G's Diabólico,
El Chivo.
El Chivo.
Hey, so is that Dr. G / sexologist?
You know what? Lately, I've been just focused on radio.
Okay.
That's why I'm messing up all the time. Check this out.
Fuck yeah.
La riqueza te despliega por la cara. El bienestar empieza aumento tuyo. La impotencia engendra violencia. Una frontera
Súbele, güey.
la oportunidad.
My first time hearing it.
Mexicali, empieza el gueto, al otro lado, en dónde están. En Mexicali, solo los ricos son los que pueden pasar con libertad. Y en Tijuana, empieza el gueto,
Órale.
al otro lado, en dónde están. Es objetivo, tu necesidad. Si intentas cruzar, te van a disparar.
Y en USA, buscándote la vida. ¿Cuántas veces te van a pisotear? Tu familia viviendo en la miseria, preguntándose.
Hey, when did
si
you decide on
sigues
this song?
vivo o no.
Right now.
Empieza el gueto, al otro lado, en dónde están. En el paso, solo los ricos son los que pueden pasar con libertad. Y en Ciudad Juárez, empieza el gueto,
Órale, ok.
al otro lado, en dónde están. Es objetivo, tu necesidad. Si intentas cruzar, te van a disparar.
Supermercado barato de placer, cocaína más barata. La surtió de aquí.
Cocaína más barata. Put that in the chorus, dude. Like,
Supermercado barato de placer, cocaína más barata. La surtió de aquí. A divertirse.
Can you imagine that, dude?
Supermercado
oh, I'm a fan already, dude.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Sí, güey, te invito. De la más barata.
I'd be like, dude, watch estos rebelde punks, dude. Like, I'd be like,
Yeah.
wow.
Aquí tu amigo locutor, programador y muy bien desconocido, Dr. G.
Y su cómplice, el chivo,
Y el Manolo
Cocaína.
Diabólico. De la
What?
más barata.
barata.
Dude, what the fuck?
I don't know. Okay, dude. A ver, make me
It's-
fall in love.
Okay. It's very confusing because según son de Barcelona, España.
What?
Yeah.
Pero they sound
Dude,
like they're from Chicali and Tijuas.
Dude, I thought they were
So-
from like La Pinche somewhere along La Rumorosa or something, dude.
Yeah, right there. They're from right. So, la verdad es que estoy súper confundido igual porque el grupo se llama Electroduendes, ¿no?
Electro Duendes.
Y Salgo a la calle se llama el álbum. if you look at la portada, if you look at la maqueta, you're gonna know that son mexicanos,
Yeah.
Pero la verdad, I'm confused. I'm just as confused as you guys. I'm not sure what's going on, to tell you the truth.
Dude, that shit was fucking dope, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
When I heard it the first time, I was like, holy, this is really intense. And it's like they're talking like truth about street punk.
I was just waiting, I was waiting for like Metallico and a bunch of other punquetas from like Salas and San Jose to come out of their watches.
Yes,
And this
right.
band was gonna come out. I'm gonna play now.
Out.
I'll be like, oh dang.
Man,
real chopo punk.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Rascuache from like Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Rascuache from Mexico because it's really intense. It's really badass. Electroduendes. Just look at for Electroduendes. Salgo a la calle es el álbum, la canción Al Otro Lado. So muy explicit, pero muy chingón. Vamos a seguir esta noche programando música como siempre, algo diferente. Possibly not, pero algo chingón siempre aquí en mi vecindad. A ver, who's next and where are you taking us?
It's my turn.
A ver.
And Manolo is instructing me that I played this recently and I don't remember.
No, you sent the set list, but you were like, something came up and we did the set list for you.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah.
We're
like, este güey ni pinche manda las notas.
Nada las notas, that's right.
Okay, apologies.
No hay pedo. But you know who you are. And you know the songs.
I actually, obviously I don't. But we're gonna go. Okay.
Okay.
Las Ruinas, dude.
Las Ruinas has been one of my. Okay. I was busy tocando rock for varios años, and I got out of the scene being locutor. Okay. When we all started getting back doing this in 2015, 2016, I started rediscovering muchos grupos that I just hadn't found. And La Ruinas is one of the first bands that I found. And I was just like, yeah.
Dude, they got a cool like Dinosaur Jr. vibe.
Oh, Desfortunadamente, this is from their last album. They pretty much gave up. They were around carrying the flag when nobody else was.
Right.
In the early 2000s to like mid to late. So they're around for, I don't know, like 12, 13 years, but they pretty much stopped playing in 2018. Okay, 2019. Anyways, Pateando Pierdas. Let's kick rocks con Las Ruinas.
Mi Vecindad, Diablovisión, MVMN.
Totally Dinosaur Jr.
Yep.
Pixies. One of their biggest influences is Jesus and the Mary
XTC.
Chain.
They also remind me of XTC, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
They do an amazing cover of Jesus and the Mary Chain with Oye Paris. Amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They really they do mid to late 80s alternative, 120 minutes, seeing like not pulling any punches.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Salud.
Dude, I miss fucking Alternative Nation.
Oh,
120 minutes.
Absolutely, dude.
120.
We are 120
We are.
minutes.
We actually are, dude.
You know.
We're 120 minutes in 1 hour.
It's 60 minutes. Well, it's like Alternative Nation.
Yeah.
That was the shorter version.
Right. Las Ruinas. Lo bueno es que you can get their music pretty much everywhere now.
Yeah.
You know? And
So I reached out to David, and long story short, I hit him up for like a whole band interview, and they're down, dude. Okay. So I let him know that it might be a minute, know, because he follows the page, and so I told him, you know what, maybe a month. So something like that. But yeah, it's gonna. So
it'll be Datura.
It'll be Datura. It'll be Jake, Tiffany, and David.
Nice.
Should I bring wine?
Are they Are they coming back down again? We should hook them up with Corey and
dude, yes. And I'm gonna announce it during the segment. But yes,
Okay.
they are.
Okay.
How's it going for them?
They're fucking supporting a new album. It's awesome, dude. Yeah.
What's it? Sirena? La Sirena?
So yeah, we're gonna listen
No,
tonight.
that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude, I kept bugging Eduardo. I'm like, bro, listen to the song. You should play it tonight.
Yeah.
Every like 30 minutes or so, I'd be like, I played it. I played it.
Buffalo.
He threw down. He DJ'd really well.
Yeah.
He did.
Los Posibles.
I mean, he was playing from norteñas to cumbias, caifanes to like to metal and crustcore. Like, but it was always like you never know what was coming next. You know, the Julieta Venegas to like, you know, it just went like it was just one of those like, oh, okay, you know. He did like él me dijo. He goes, I know what he wants. I know what he wants. I'm like, I go, then you roll with it, bro.
Yeah, dude. He started. I think he played some. Was it Descendants, early Descendants, or something like that?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Yeah.
I haven't heard this song in a minute.
And then I'll switch to like Negra Tomasa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just like, all right, okay, you know, like,
you know, and I'll tell you, that's what I'm you know, we're trying to do with MVMN. You know, it's have it. And I, as a matter of fact, today I was, you know, I was uploading. So I've been uploading regularly on Spotify now.
Orale, dude. You're awesome.
And we're getting, you know, it's interesting, and I appreciate the support. People are out there listening to me, Vecindad. They're looking at the playlist on Apple. They're listening to.
Hey, I just want to say.
Turn on the mics. Turn on the mics. Turn on the mics.
hey, bañazo. Los Posibles desde Buenos Aires, Argentina. I like them. They're fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fun garage punk. Bien cool. Los Posibles con la canción Hey Bañazo. Antes de eso, Las Ruinas con Pateando Piedras. Every time I hear that, I think of like Stax. And he's holding his little backpack. He's all kick rocks. You know, Aaron.
Pinche Stax, what up, dude?
Te van a pegar, güey. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep the fun going.
Síguele.
Now, the other two bands, the reason why I picked this set is because I was listening to Manolos and I was going like, man, was Masoleo kicks ass.
Fuck yeah.
You know? So I was looking at the next four songs and I was going, okay, I'm going to put that on Manolos. So we're going to go to Valencia, España. And we're going to go off an EP that's now a couple years old. Pero la canción se llama Vertes Ser de Masoleo.
MVMN, Mi Vecindad, Diablo Visión.
Ciao!
I love the intro, man.
Yeah. I came across a like a post-punk band
Cool.
from called 4F. Yeah, I reached out to them, and they're from like Peru, from like 90. I think they recorded in 96 or 93.
Oh wow!
Damn.
But there's no like, you can hear the music on YouTube because somehow it got there. But there's this Mausoleo reminds me of like of them, but like imagine 80s style instruments and you know. Female vocalist.
Are they streaming?
No, they
just on YouTube. Damn.
Just on YouTube. I don't have a lot of information. I've messaged them twice, and I saw that they were active like today.
Oh damn!
And so I emailed them again. I messaged them. I'm like, hey, how can I get your music? And because I have been looking, and it'd be nice to try to feature them. This, I could probably enjoy a little bit of a pogoing with Diabolico
Yeah.
at some very, very dark,
Dude,
shady club.
This shit,
Yeah.
this shit like makes me want to dance, dude.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's a great song, dude. Masoleo. I mean, we're all fans of Masoleo here, dude. We've been playing them. Obviously, not enough, you know.
Yeah.
But every time que los toco or you guys play them, I'm just like,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah.
So
This is like hanging out with a Heine
hmm
cold wave.
cruising in the carro with the,
Yeah.
you know, want to be top off of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's a you. So we have Mausoleo, Futuro Terror next. Then we have Belaco and then Banana.
Yeah, so it's Masoleo,
Okay,
Futuro
okay.
Tero, then we take a break, and then we go to Belaco Bananas, and then Manolo said.
Lagartica,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Desenterradas,
Mhm.
Satura y Carniceros. That bass is intense, man.
Yeah.
So that band you were talking about, G, the 4Fs, when were they around?
90, 93, 96, between
Oh,
93
damn,
90,
okay.
before that.
Ooh, cool.
Because they recorded something in 96, 90.
All right. That's a good time period, man.
Yeah. Let's see, we got the history. Yeah, it's I'm pleasantly surprised that, you know, there's just like now, you know,
Mhm.
I'm sure it happened. It obviously happened then. There's a lot of bands that were playing, you know, el género de música que les encanta, ¿no?
Mhm.
Y el alternativo, and they did their thing, but they possibly didn't go beyond
Yeah.
the local scene. They might have even recorded an album, and they just didn't go beyond that, you know.
Yeah.
For
You know what?
For many
I
reasons.
remembered the other day, dude, is that motherfuckers used to record on essentially SVHS,
Mm-hmm.
like
The Super 8 or the
right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they called them ADATs or something.
ADATs, huh?
Hey, that's, yeah, I remember
Like that whole, and I was like,
Mhm.
who the fuck has that, dude?
It's out there, man.
Yeah?
That's because that was the first iteration of digital.
Yeah.
But it was analog,
Mhm.
recorded onto analog, but it was a digital version of analog.
Well, Manolo, what did we record the original Caradura demo onto? Wasn't it ADAT?
It was on those SVHS
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, they're big old. Yeah,
I mean-
they look like VHS, but they're a little bigger.
I mean, they were really good because essentially they captured analog, but they were digital,
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
so it was already there.
Yeah, it was cutting edge for the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you can manipulate the tracks too, so that, you know, when you're retaking, backing, forwarding. I remember, as a matter of fact, we did. I think we did the Caradura song. I'm pretty sure we did on
ADAT
on
too.
that NADAT cuando we
When
recorded.
we
for
went to
Conqueros.
Con Caipos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we transferred it. I remember mixing it down at another studio, and it was all ADAT.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the 90s.
Yeah, it was beautiful times, man. Beautiful times.
Dude, these motherfuckers are so good.
El Futuro Terror is amazing, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, why the fuck don't we play more?
I tried to. Neta, I
Yeah,
honestly,
I do too.
I try to play him un par de veces al año. And same con Masuleo, same con Las Ruinas. Ruinas, I try to. I know they don't exist anymore, but I try to play them at least once a year because they deserve it. They're that good,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, like these guys, bands like Camellos, you know, some of those bands that are just good, but
yeah, or even Belaco, you
Yeah.
know, like because I think they're. I think a few years ago they were getting really big,
Turn
and
in
then
on
for some
mics,
reason
turn
I
in
don't
on
think they
mics.
did, you know.
Turn on mics, turn on mics.
Futuro Terror. Estábamos hablando fuera del aire. Like, why don't we play Futuro Terror
Right.
more
every
often?
time I hear them, they sound so good.
They are. They're good. They're like really good, like almost evil garage rock.
Dark.
Dark. Like, you know. Antes escuchamos a Masuleo de su EP que salió en 2022. Son de Valencia, España, con la canción Vertercer. Futuro Terror con Leoncillo Badia. That's off their CD from just a year and a half ago.
So nice.
Nice.
All right. Nice.
It's flowing. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
It's
Originalmente
right.
íbamos a programar a tribute to nuestro colega, hermano, Felix Lozano,
I mean,
that he passed away just a couple of weeks ago. But the outpouring of people that want to contribute and want to be a part of this particular spotlight episode, decidimos los tres que we're going to push it back a week to give everybody a chance to really be a part of it.
Yeah, just want to express the amazing support for the helping the financial part, and then the people who showed up for the event, and now who want to continue it with.
It was how Manolo pretty much said it almost perfectly. He goes, "This is surreal love fest."
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point you looked at me and me dijiste, ¿Cómo te sientes, güey? And I'm like, I don't know, dude, no me siento bien. He's all, do you feel like you're on acid? And I'm like, and I looked at you and I'm like, yeah, bro, I think I do. He's all, yo también. And we were all sober. Trust me, we were. We were. Pero like, it felt weird, very weird. Manolo,
the circumstances, but the people and the love.
It was
a lot of love, man.
It was really beautiful. It's a really big reflection on who he was as a person. But to the point, I think we really want to do a retrospect of what Felix brought, todo lo que es el rock y el punk of our little area of Santa Cruz, Monterey, San Benito, Santa Clara counties, this area of what the impact of what he and his bands did. Not just with me, but with other people. So, it's going to be a nice retrospect. You know, maybe it's a little bit stories. It might go a little bit longer than depending on the stories. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
I think next week is no DQ, no time limit.
Yeah. Okay. Know? Suena bien. So, si están escuchando y quieren hacer parte del evento la semana que viene, next week's episode, just contact us. Shoot us a text, email. G pretty much says we can have up to 10 people at once. Yeah. And if we have to, we could have a few people on for like 15, 20 minutes and then bring in some more people. Yeah. So we will do our best to get anybody and everybody on.
Right. Yeah.
And if they so want to.
Yeah.
You know, but no fucking Jerry Springer shit.
No Jerry Springer shit. But it the stories that I heard from some people made me, it's like Manolo said the other day, he was like, man, I forgot about Jen at the hospital. And I'm like, and I sat there going like, dang, you're right. I did.
Yeah.
You know, and great band, but you know, we're talking about 27, 28, 29 años atrás, you know, like
early 90s, dude.
Yeah. So, I mean, anyways, I don't want to start
next week vamos a pedirles que nos acompañen para de veras darle honor a nuestro hermano Felix Lozano.
Well, actually,
with his music and with his stories.
Can I share with you the story on how I first met him. I said this,
Yeah.
at the
This is beautiful,
service.
man.
and I'm going to do a condensed version.
Right.
And I go, in 1995, me, G, and Manny were doing a show at KZSC, Mi Vecindad, live at UCSC on Wednesday nights. Gerardo was already friends with Felix and Stubb and invited them to show up and do an interview with us.
Right.
And here comes Felix and Stax and Gabby, and they all had these little backpacks.
You know what?
That
That's
were
so weird.
that were very were very empty.
Right. Was it a trend thing or
Was it no?
Oh.
And I'm like, if anybody's ever been to UCSC at KZSC, there was always these "do not purge." CDs, do not take CDs. Well, Stubb, Los Bastardos, left with not so empty backpacks on their way out. And people got the joke. And I go, and we left with some really good friends, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction to
Well, you know how he, and let's move on, but you know how he got to us.
Well, let's save some of that.
Let's save that for.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Oh, it's crazy.
Okay. So think about it. Okay, vamos a seguir. Belaco. Guk Amanes, one of my favorite Belaco tracks. And I think it might be the first one I ever played. Back hace casi, I don't know, 9 years ago, 8 years ago.
9, almost going to 10.
Let's go to Bilbao, País Vasco, con el grupo Belaco, la canción Guk Amanes.
Aquí, Diablovisión, MVMN, Mi Vecindad.
This is a crazy intro too.
Yeah.
You know, this intro remember I told you this intro reminds me of one of Maria Fatal's intros.
Really?
I gotta play it back to side by side so you guys can understand that intro with that guitar, that distorted guitar. Yeah, big time. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, that intro kind of reminded me of a combo of like Sonic Youth and Pretty Girls Make Graves.
Yeah. I really like early Belaco.
Oh yeah.
The first 2 or 3 albums.
It's like, yeah. I love their energy.
Yeah.
I'm curious how soon they release another album.
I don't know. They just did one a couple years ago.
Last year, I think.
It fell flat. It fell flat on me.
It was a much more mature sound. Like a lot of the youth energy is now showing up differently. So so sometimes there's like a bounce back. So I'm curious, like if in their next album they would go back to more something like this, or if they're just on a fucking journey now. So do they sing like a third of their songs in Spanish?
No, Belaco mainly does in English.
Okay.
With a couple in Spanish and a couple in Euskera, but it's mainly in English.
Damn, like 80% English?
I would say, yeah, at least 70.
Totally,
yeah,
it reminds me of that. What is that? Like I think it might be like California West Coast punk from like. There's one artist. The voice reminds me of this.
Well, there's bands like on the
I don't
West
know if it's
Coast
Alice
here.
Bags or
Yeah.
I think,
But dude, early Belaco, there was just too much a lot to like about Belaco.
Yeah.
Early Belaco.
Yep.
you know that era of high school punk bands?
Which one?
I'm just trying. No me acuerdo bien el nombre del artista.
I wish Bananas did some stuff in Spanish.
Dude, you know what? I didn't even fucking register that they weren't whatever language they were singing in, dude.
Yeah. they only sing in Euskera.
Okay.
You know.
Dude, this sounds like some fucking grown-up animal shit, dude. You know, the fucking Muppet?
Muppet?
I don't know how to pinpoint it because it's not emo, but it has the similarities. It's really artsy, but it's too aggressive to be art, you know?
This is like fucking Animal getting his fucking heart broken, and he's in English class or something.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with Chicles, dude?
She's all mad, dude. She's been mad for days.
Dude, she fucking got air, dude.
She's a crazy dog, dude. Crazy dog, dude.
I was like, damn, dude, that was kind of like in slow motion.
29 mics, 29 mics.
Clear all again. No potato.
Oh, well, Mike's fudge.
Bananas.
I was spacing out. Bananas. Con la canción. Hannah.
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 Es como decir, is it like Jainas?
It's in Euskera, so I mean, it's always going to be hard. Antes de eso, Belaco con Guk Amanes. Yeah, man, just we kicked it in País Vasco for a couple songs.
Oh, those are
Why
beautiful
not?
songs. Yeah.
Agro art. Belaco's always been artistic. I love their like early stuff a lot. Manolo and I were talking about off the air that the first two albums are just like, that sweet spot of like, even G was saying like, it sounds kind of like, you know, West Coast this, and I'm like, well, yeah, but at times it sounds like East Coast that. So
Or electronic that.
yeah, exactly. So, anyways, Belaco and Bananas, two bands from País Vasco. Check them out. Wonderful, wonderful groups.
So wonderful that we're going to move on to the next set.
Okay, ahora nos vamos a Granada, but we're still staying in Spain. Granada, Spain. Vamos a escuchar a Lagartija Nick, su canción ahora de su classic album Hipnosis que salió en 1991. Amazing, trailblazing post-punk indie rock psych. Huge career. Más de 13 albums, man. This is a band that I'm kicking myself for like, it came out in the 90s, dude, and it's amazing. Their shit's fucking awesome.
Agreed. So let's check them out aquí en mi vecindad.
You know, it gives me that air of like, not as rockabilly as Calavera or Psychobilly, but I think it's a little bit of the voice and
Yeah,
Obviously the bass.
I agree, man. But they also remind me of like Love and Rockets.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that, but you're right.
yeah. These guys are
I think they're
badass,
great.
dude.
Because Love and Rockets is around the same time when they were doing like 91,
Yeah,
when they were doing this kind of stuff.
dude. The reason I was pissed was I was listening to their shit, and then I was looking at the time period when it got released, and I
Yeah,
was like, "Fuck, that's as good as what was happening at that
yeah,
time."
yeah.
Yeah.
Desafortunadamente, there's a lot of stuff that we play now in Vecindad
Mhm.
from the noventas that we didn't realize was out in the noventas because we didn't have access to it, you know. But I think that's why we try to play it now because I mean,
If it's good, we'll play it.
it's good. Yeah, heck yeah.
I got a little nostalgic, but then also actually mostly nostalgic, and then played the new jam.
Titty's gonna say goodnight. She already threw on the floor. She tagged the cabinet. She doesn't care. I turn around, she's tagging the bookcase.
Damn.
Or
She's like, he's busy. What's he gonna do?
literally, like, 1 second, she's out. Adriana took her, so I was like,
Now this song is
Yeah.
fun, man. Real fun.
you recently brought Desenterradas, right?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of theirs. So, because their early stuff got reissued, and this is they recorded it, but it's also their material for a long time unreleased.
Las calles están todas podridas, reina la lluvia todos los días.
They're due for an album, man. If they're still around.
No quieras entrar o te matarán. Las almas sin vida porque aguardarán. No quieras entrar, la ciudad prohibida es.
We should have a Chavo Rucos night dance party.
Should, man.
Have a Buffalo organizer for us at the Blue.
At the Blue.
No quieras entrar o te matarán.
Does he DJ at the Blue?
Yeah, he does. When he's in between
Buffalo?
sets.
Buffalo.
Nice.
Man, I was at the Blue. Did I tell you about that? I went to the Blue.
When? That night?
I was in yeah.
How was it? Was it dance night or music night?
Both. Buffalo had a band from Chihuahua called Ojos Rojos.
Damn.
Synth, pop, post-punk. Man, they were intense, young cats, two vatos. I'm not sure, they might be even like brothers, and man, they had something going on. Ojos Rojos, very dark.
He needs to fucking tell us about those shows.
I know, right? And so
Yeah.
I just, it so happened.
I don't know why he doesn't like.
It's like, fucker,
You know.
what do you think we're all about?
I had seen it on his post, and then I asked him. I said, "Hey, what's up with that? Are you gonna be there?" He goes, "Yeah, no, I put this together." I'm like, "Órale." So then I was talking. He was working the show with me at the university, and so then I was like, okay. And so, we're at the point now where like the quarry's now like doing really good, organized, and all that. So we're like, we got a lot of crew now, and it's like, so we got out early. Put it that way, we got out early. So by 10 we were out. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go hit up the crew. So we went, and I saw Sal there, and I got my my Felix button, and so I was so happy to be wearing a black beanie. no, it was cold, whatever, you know. And
Yeah.
and then some hyenas were there, you know, were like that, dressed like the three witches from like the Wizard of Oz, honoring Felix. Next thing you know, they wanted to dance with us and stuff. So I was like, he wants to dance. I found him off to somebody else. I was like, he wants to dance. Turning on mics.
Ok, acabamos de escuchar a Desenterradas con la canción Ciudad Prohibida del álbum Danzando en el Caos. Classic album que salió en 2021. Post-punk, death rock, punk de Mallorca. Yeah. So pick up their shit. So the last album was released in 2021. They have the EP and that album on Bandcamp. I just want to make sure they have funds because they're due for fucking another album, dude.
Oh, right. Support them. Last Friday was Bandcamp Friday. The Natura was pushing their stuff, and so
Nice.
yeah, on our page, Mi Vecindad page, ahí siempre salen a lot of the people that we support through Bandcamp. You know, some of those artists.
Always.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so speaking of Datura, la canción que sigue es el nuevo, pues no es un sencillo. It's on the album. I like it, so we're going to listen to it.
I love
Sirena, del nuevo álbum de Datura que acaba de salir hace como 2 semanas. Songs from a Dark House, post-punk, goth rock de Wenatchee, Washington. So hopefully we're going to be interviewing the entire band. Hace como 3-4 años entrevistamos a David, and we talked about Datura and his project Shanks FM, pero la entrevista ahora va a ser con toda la banda. Fucking looking forward to it.
Nice.
Take it away.
Sirena, aquí en mi vecindad.
You know, me and Diabolico have this thing about him being like the next Caifán, man. He has that voice, man.
Yeah.
Especially in so. It's. And
He does.
He
really
so
does.
Young.
Yeah.
So because if you listen to Saúl when he first started, Las Insólitas even. He was mellow with his voice. Like this guy, I feel like over time it's gonna mature because it does, right? I mean, Chivo, you're a singer, and I think over time, right, your voice, like
he's gonna get more comfortable with it, and then I'll just expand in range.
So he also, the band reworked Scarecrow, which is another Spanish jam that's on his EP, the Shanks FM EP.
It was from, okay.
So now with Banda Completa, oh dude, it sounds amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. So the album is fucking good. Esta canción stands apart because it's one of 2 songs in Spanish. But also, it is a little bit more poppier than the rest of the album.
Yeah.
Pero it fucking sounds amazing, dude.
Is this what you wanted Buffalo to play?
Yeah. I kept fucking hounding him, dude. I'm like, did you play it yet? And then he's like, he played it. He's like, yeah, that was good.
I know every time I go and see him or something, I was like, hey, check out this song, or, check out this band, And I play him our playlist, Buffalo, un abrazo, Buffalo.
Se aventó un pinche amazing set. Yeah. He hooked it up, man.
Le mandé un text ahorita nomás to remind him about next week. Oh, this is a great song, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a love song.
And fucking, dude, I love fucking Charlie Usher, dude. So the set list que mandaste, güey, had his other project, Charlie Usher y los pinches, what are they called? Finistas or something?
Oh yeah. Save it.
Dude,
We'll use
dude,
that for something else.
No, that's a more aggressive set than my set.
Okay.
It's much more aggressive. But yeah, save it. It's great.
Yeah. I forgot that I even sent. It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah,
You know, like
absolutely.
you know.
Yeah, totally. The era of this, backup vocals, and a little bit of that echo. It's like reminiscing of like some of the Los Pelones, Castañeda actions.
I think that would be like a fucking dream show to see Datura and Carniceros. I mean, we're talking about.
Where are the Carniceros?
They're from España. They're retired, man. They broke up a long time ago. But I think that would have been fucking amazing, dude. I think Charlie Usher would show David a thing or two. Like, this is how we do it here.
Yeah.
Let's hook them up with Datura and get a song out of it.
Not only can you start it, you can clean your sink with it.
Right?
He's like País Vasco's version of Peter Murphy.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean that with the most respect, because very few people can reach alturas así de ese nivel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what year was this released?
This was released in 2011.
Okay.
This was one of the, I think, the last album, or the second to last album. Second to last album. They released their last one in 2015. Yeah, his new project just, it's like, okay, we're going to do this style and this is what we're going to do. Whereas Carniceros kind of had a different variety of things.
Turn it on, Mix.
Ok, acabamos de escuchar a los Carniceros del Norte con la canción Las Tres Caras del Miedo, Three Faces of Fear, del álbum Santa Sangre, que salió en el 2011. Amazing band del País Vasco. Charlie Usher.
La muerte, el dolor y el miedo.
Yeah, legend, man. No solo los Carniceros, sino que también Niños Pájaros, Radio Crimen, and oh my God, man, he's like one of my idols.
Yeah. Bueno, gracias, Diabólico. Y se ha llegado el final de la hora, aunque no fue una hora total, because some of these songs you guys played tonight were like punk style, less than 2 minutes. But you know what? That's what we're all about. So it's very okay. Y vamos a dar honor a nuestro colega, hermano, y en lo personal fue uno de los principios de mi vecindad. De hecho, fue uno de los que hizo mucho para colocar la música alternativa en mi caso, ¿no? En el caso de lo que es mi vecindad, a través de el norte de California, porque he was always advocating for us, always advocating for us.
Dude, a
Always.
fucking legend, local fucking legend, without ever fucking deciding that's what he wanted to be.
He was just, he was people, he was gente, he was a brother, and he continues to be. A través de su música lo vamos a reconocer esta noche, y la semana que entra, we're gonna totally honor him. Vamos a platicar, vamos a llorar, vamos a echarnos unas chelas, y vamos a escuchar la música de Félix Lozano a través de mi vecindad.
Yeah. All right, fuckers.
We're gonna bring on bandmates, friends, co-conspirators next week, man.
Anyways, somos pocos pero locos.
Padre Obrero, los Jaguars.
Se cuidan. Y vecindad, MVMN.
Sorry, man.
No, it's all good. You're pulling a flow.
Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah, I get choked up, man.
It'll get worse next week, though. Dude.
Héroe de la clase obrera, rey de la guarachera, luchando contra la miseria, la pobreza es mi compañera.
Dude, Ariana asked me, like, how was it? And, you know, like, I told her that it was surreal, man. Like, when I talked to you, Hector, I mean, like, I seriously was like, fuck. Physical sensations, it reminded me of, like, tripping hard on acid. My stomach, my guts were turned inside out. My back was just... Yeah, and the wave of emotions just nonstop. I mean, it's like I remember seeing Flo come in. I remember Stax going up for the viewing, and you know, like different times, and for you too. And it's like, it's like trying to be there.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Trying to be there, like when your brothers needed you, because dude, there were so many times where I was so grateful, like something, like just feeling like a fucking just world dropping, and then somebody's hand on my shoulder, at the right fucking moment. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. About this weekend is like every time I felt alone, it wasn't because I guys or anybody else was, you know what I'm saying? Like it was Dax is sending me a bunch of pictures that Esteban took. Very well done and tasteful. I'm gonna send them to you guys so Gerardo, you can kind of
Yeah, put
so instead of like some portadas, but like
carousel.
It would just be like, there's some beautiful pictures of everything going on. There's a really neat picture of Stax like tuning my daughter's ukulele, and you could tell he had just finished crying because he's wearing his shades inside the funeral home, and he's all and it's just. Also, I'm gonna send all the pictures. And I'm going to keep sending as I get them. So Gerardo, just put them together.
Yeah.
I'll start compiling some songs, and then